Oh, bet. Hey, y'all, this is PJ Adams. I'm one of the hosts of Transpective Podcast, or T-Pod for short, and you are in for an amazing episode today. We had a great me and my co-host, Makai, talking about Monique's interview with Don Lemon. Ooh, hear how we feel about that and her husband. We had a conversation about what audiobooks we're reading right now, what we've been talking about. And we talked about Drag Race because that just wrapped up on Friday and we have opinions. Yeah, we do. It's going to be a great show. So tune in.
Yeah, see ya. Recording has begun.
We good?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Transpective, where we try to see the world with a little more color. I am your host, PJ Adams, and I'm so excited to introduce my new co-host. We're bringing it on to video. We're bringing a second person on. We're doing the thing. This is a friend of mine. We just got our masters together. They are amazing. They are talented. They are so funny. We have a good key every time. And they don't need this intro. They didn't even know they was going to get an intro. But I'm happy to introduce my new co-host, Makai.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi. I am just like gagging because we're activated. Like, we're here. We're ready. We're going. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be here. And like, I love podcasting. I love talking. I love yapping. And I'm happy to be here with you, PJ. So.
Well, and this is a long time coming. We were talking about this while we were still trying to get up out of the morgue, the jailhouse.
Yes, definitely has been a long time.
We have some cool topics to talk about today. So you want to get to it?
Let's just jump in, yeah.
Bet. Okay, so this week I ran into this interview. It was this Don Lemon interview, which he's an influencer now.
Yes, I do watch Don Lemon's like his live streams sometimes. He likes to clickbait. He loves to click. He'll be like Trump exposed, and it's like he'll just like go in.
It's a lot, but I'll say because I remember when he was on whichever one of those news
CNN, I believe.
Yeah. I was like, this is a sellout dude. Like I don't know. He was a corporate dude. So I wasn't really caring. And then I remember when he got fired because he said something about what, Nikki Haley or something. And so I was like, damn, that sucks. And then he was like, I'm gonna be an influencer. I was like all the rest of them, good luck. But I actually enjoy his content.
Yeah, no.
He's talking about the Nolan Wells case this week that I don't want to talk about today because I'm gonna wait until I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna wait to see what's going on. I can't engage. It's too heartbreaking.
It's really it's a lot. It's a lot. No, it's a lot. And like it's a lot.
Yeah. So, but he was interviewing Monique, right? And they got to talking about well, you know that Monique has been having that issue and essentially has been blackballed for like over a decade, yeah?
Yes.
So for anybody who's watching who doesn't know, so about a decade or so ago when Monique did the movie Precious, she was asked to go out and do, press interviews and things like that, that went beyond her contract. And she told them that she's not going to do free work that's outside of her contract. And that if they wanted her to go do that, they needed to give her a different contract or money. And if that wasn't going to happen, then she's not going to do it. What happened from that was she got labeled as hard to work with. She got blackballed. She had famous feuds with Oprah and Tyler Perry, who were the producers, I think, of the film.
Yep.
She then went on to try to get us to boycott Netflix because they began lowballing her for her comedy special. So she had a few years where like she was trying to like fight the good fight, and the people that should have had her back for sure shut her down.
Yeah.
I remember when I watched because she did an interview on The View. Oh my God, back during that time or whatever, and she was talking to Whoopi Goldberg about it, right? Mm-hmm. And girl, I remember Whoopi Goldberg shut her down so fast, and I remember watching it. And it was really uncomfortable because Monique was like, "I'm trying to fight for us to get better pay," and Whoopi was just like, "You need to go out there and do what you need to do. If they ask you to do it, you do it. That's what you do when you're an artist." And she was like, "Not for free," and it was it was a weird situation to watch a
Disappointing.
black woman berate a
Yeah.
black woman for fighting for higher pay for black women.
Yeah.
But also Whoopi's friends with Oprah, so
Oh.
I mean, it's the
My.
truth. But anyway, he interviewed Monique and her husband, Sydney Hicks. There was a part that I thought was interesting. She called out Don Lemon for being one of those people who goes out there, and she spent like I think 10, 15 minutes on it,
Oh wow.
calling him out for not being a good friend or for going out there. And black people in general who claim people as sisters, brothers, and all this other stuff, but when it comes time to get in the paint for them, they disappear, right? And so she also called Don Lemon out on that because he was like, you keep calling me sister, friend, and all this other stuff, but I don't see you acting like a friend. You're not telling Tyler Perry to make it right. You're not telling Oprah to make it right.
Yeah.
You're not telling the world that I was correct. Like,
Yeah.
you're not standing on business for me, and that's not what friends do, right? So anyway, what brought about this interview is that actually this started with Taraji P. Henson.
Yes.
When she was doing The Color Purple, right?
Yep.
She was doing a bunch of interviews where she was telling people that she felt like she was getting underpaid, underballed, and she was overworked, and that she was considering quitting acting because she felt like she wasn't getting paid the same as other people, and she wasn't getting paid her worth, and she was really struggling.
It was shady.
Yeah, I mean, but it happens to all of them. Like,
I mean, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the furthest memory I have of that back was like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air situation.
Oh wait, with the mom on Fresh Prince.
Janet Hubert, I think was her name.
I think so. It's been that's not my generation, low key. I did watch a couple. I watched the reruns, but I wasn't.
I was a millennial, so I remember when Aunt Viv went from being dark skinned to light skinned.
Yep.
I remember being really confused.
That was a big. That was big. That was like history. That was like Black history in that moment.
And they didn't even explain it. They just was like, "Oh, she's light now," and I was like, "Oh, I guess Aunt Viv is light skinned." Okay.
Now.
And then you find out later that she had this giant beef with Will Smith, and then she tried to get her contract, and they told her to fuck off, and it was like, oh,
it was bad.
Oh,
it was bad.
So, but anyway, so yeah, it started from that, and so he basically asked Monique, how does she feel about that? Having essentially been one of the people who,
like a pioneer in Black cinema,
she was one of these people who was fighting those fight like just a decade ago, and she was blackballed, and she's just now starting to kind of get a career back, and now it's.
But the irony is that Oprah also produced Color Purple, and Taraji also clocked Oprah for her behavior. So
no, but you know what's crazy about that?
It's a little fishy. So
that's where the beef started.
Exactly.
Monique was originally behind Taraji and was like, "You girl, fight your fight," and then a little bit later was like, "Why aren't you naming names? Why don't you tell everybody who's low?" It's Oprah and it's Tyler Perry. It's the same Black people who are supposed to be hiring Black people and taking care of Black people who are underpaying them and expecting them to do free shit.
Yeah.
Which okay.
and those are Monique's words. Those are Monique and Taraji's
Those are Monique's words.
That's what they've said. I mean, we just gotta clear it up. Like, that's what the story is. That's what they said.
This is Monique's side of the story, absolutely. And then so basically what happened from all that is she got labeled hard to work with.
But what's the Don tea? Because I want to know what Don said. Because Don always likes to he adds a little twist. I like the way he kind of approaches news journalism.
Don. Girl, I don't know how I felt about Don in that interview. He was very apologetic that he hadn't had her back. He was saying he was going to do better. He did say that he was going to try to call Tyler Perry to make it right. After she spent, I think, 20, 30 minutes prodding him about it, he finally was like, and I'm going to make the phone call.
But wait,
I don't know if I can do anything, but I'm going to try.
Are Don and Monique, like, close? Like, are they close?
No, this is something I didn't know because I didn't really watch the Monique show. But I guess apparently... when Don Lemon originally came out, he did it on Monique's show.
No!
Or when he came out, he went to Monique's show first. So either way, she was very instrumental in the beginning of his careers when he came out.
Yeah.
And providing a space for him to feel like he's safe as a queer Black man.
Yeah.
And that's part of why she was calling him out, is because she was like, because they did an interview before about the same thing. And she said that she didn't like that interview. And what she told him, and she was like, the same way that I created a safe space for you to come onto my program as a person came out as a queer Black man is not what you did to me. I remember when I walked into that space, I didn't feel like I was being heard. I didn't feel like I was safe. I didn't feel like it was open.
Yeah.
So it was
Dang.
a lot of calling out of Don. You know, Don is very like chillax, and so he
Yeah.
kind of was just like, "I'm sorry, no, I mean that's my bad. I didn't mean for you to feel that
No,
way
that's
ahead of
my
time."
bad. That's my bad. That's my bad.
It's my bad. There was this clip that he asked her about in the interview as well, right? Because I guess at one point she went on to the Breakfast Club.
Who Monique went onto the Breakfast Club.
She went on to the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
And she called, and then she did a whole interview with Charlamagne the God.
I feel like I've seen that interview too. I was on a big Monique tour, like after her, because I saw her on Cat Williams. That was when I first, like, not first saw Monique, obviously, but like when she re-entered the zeitgeist for me a little more recently, was her Cat Williams interview, and she definitely was like going in. But I feel like Cat, from what I remember of that interview, Cat was also very like, Cat was understanding of what Monique was saying because Cat's also experienced like shady coonery in the comedy space, so they seem to be able to like connect on that front.
That makes, yeah. Let's see, where was it? There was a clip. I'm gonna play some of the audio because I thought it was interesting, and her response. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit so that we don't get like.
And wait, here it. Oh, that worked perfectly. Yeah.
Soleil. So here's the little clip that, and it's at 1.5 speed.
Okay.
God, and you got up out of your chair as you were finished the show, and we're going to run the clip, and you had a few choice words for him.
Is private student loan debt?
Oh my gosh.
You really need to talk to
the YouTube ads of it all.
Yeah, and it'd be crazy too, because I had it. You'll have it pulled up and chilling, and you will still get an ad. Here, let me back this up a little bit.
You were on The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God, and you got up out of your chair as you were finished the show, and we're going to run the clip, and you had a few choice words for him.
You know what, brother? You're going to hear yourself a lot from me lately. You're going to hear yourself around the world because we have to explain brothers like you. You do. And when we watched that movie, Birth of a Nation, and we saw that man walk his wife into that master's house, we watched him walk his wife in. Then we watched him go back and get him. You're that brother. I thank y'all for your time, my baby.
What?
I was like, ooh.
You need to say that too.
Let me turn that. I was like, ooh. I was like, I don't remember that happening.
The walkout.
I was like, the whole, basically she called, these are Monique's words. These ain't my words. These are Monique's words. She looked him in the face and said, "You one of those coon brothers who would take your Black woman to the massa, let him do whatever he wants, and then come pick her up afterwards and be like, there you go." I was like, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
But I've heard that about Charlamagne over the years, though. And I don't really watch The Breakfast Club because it has that one lady. It has that one lady.
Yeah.
I
said I've definitely heard that about Charlamagne. I've heard a lot of how do I say this nicely? I've heard a lot of gossip, rumors, tea, just the whole Breakfast Club situation. You know, I was watching Monet's and Bob's podcast, Sibling Rivalry, and they were talking about how Monet mentioned that she watches The Breakfast Club. And my mother, we're just gonna get into it. My mother's ex-boyfriend, who was kind of a little bit of a bum. He was a little bit of a bum. He wasn't exactly provider of the year. A scrub. A little, yeah, very that. This was her ex-boyfriend. This was years ago. But he also watched The Breakfast Club. And he would watch The Breakfast Club religiously. Like, I would literally see, now you're making me dig up all my old memories. So back when I was a younger person, I didn't have a door. My mother removed my door off of my room because of a whole situation, her finding out I was gay. It was a whole big thing. And so I remember I was born in New York. Or I was born, okay. You're getting okay. This is a lot. I was born in New Jersey. I lived in upstate New York, and then I moved to Virginia. And so I was living in Virginia for the last basically like grade 1 to end of undergrad. I was in Virginia, and I was living with her for most of that, and he was with us for a large part of that time. Anyway, I just remember getting like woken up religiously to the Breakfast Club. I was always listening to Charlemagne. I was always hearing like the tea, the gossip, it was eerie. And so I personally, this is just my own personal attachment to the show. I'm not a fan of the Breakfast Club. I don't watch.
Damn.
I don't watch, and like not that I don't like the Breakfast Club. I'm not a fan. I'm not a watcher.
Yeah.
Of the Breakfast Club, and I understand that it has a significance in the Black community. It's definitely for us, by us, in all its good, bad, and ugly. And so, yeah, I definitely think Charlemagne is a complicated character in like radio, news, journalism, but I think he does have some integrity. I think he tries to speak up for us, but I think what you're kind of pointing at, and what I think Monique is pointing at, and what I think these clips are pointing at, is the lack of support for Black women. And
I support Black women, except apparently if that Black woman happens to be transphobic, then he loves her. He'll give her a co-hosting spot.
Yeah, and like for me,
money, right?
For me, I just think it's tacky. I think it's tacky. I think it's tired. I think it's played out. I think that the Black community has bigger fish to fry right now than being homophobic.
Why do you think the Black community focuses so much on homophobia and platforming homophobic people and putting Black homophobic, transphobic people as the pinnacles of like our examples, rather than like a Chadwick Boseman when he was still alive, or a Terry Crews? Comment.
So yeah.
That's not an answer, or that's not a question we need to answer right now. That's just a thought that I've had. That we wonder why our youth have some issues, but then we see like Boozy and Young Thug, and I don't really think that that's. I don't really think that.
Well, look,
I think that answers the question just right there. Let me stop.
No, this is what this podcast is for. This podcast is to air out all the tea. This is the tea pod, okay? The trans perspective.
Black men don't support Black women, and Black men don't support trans women, and Black men don't support gay men. And
hold on. I identify as non-binary. I just got to speak up for the Black men, because I think it's easy to sometimes dog on Black men. Black men get it from every side. I think. Because I thought this is a good. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This is the tea.
Here's what I'll say, because it's a controversial thing, and as somebody who's fought for Black men my entire life, what I want to say is I think that when Black men get it, I think that when they're smart, I think that when they're inclusive, I think that when they have a mindset towards equality for all, they are the strongest allies we've had. Those are the ones who will stand and have my back. Those are the ones who will stand in front of me if somebody tries to fight me. Those are the people who would check up on me. Those are the people who would bring you out. Those are the people who would check people talking crazy to you. That exists, and that is not a small portion of us.
Yeah.
There is a smaller portion of us who are a lot louder, who focus so much on things that don't advance us, such as homophobia and transphobia and misogyny, and in some cases, a little bit of prejudice towards some of the other groups. And that particular population, I think it's a smaller part, but it is a loud part. In fact, I would say it's probably one of the loudest portions of our community, and I don't understand why we keep platforming them. That's what I'm saying. When I'm on the street, Black people don't say transphobic or homophobic shit to me, but then when I turn on my TV or my entertainment, that's all I see.
This is what I think, and I've been seeing a little bit of conversations about this recently around like trans identities in the mainstream, and I think it's unfortunately just like a fear, and I think it was Laverne Cox. I think maybe was on. I was like a little quick clip I saw on TikTok, but Laverne Cox was talking to some like CNN host or some like news host. It was like a news network, and she was saying that like trans people are the solution. Trans people and their ability to live in their identity and live in their authenticity is confirmation for cis hetero people of like what they could be and how they could live, but because they're okay with, or they allow themselves to give in to patriarchy, give in to these systemically oppressive systems that force them to conform into these perfect people, because they allow themselves to perpetuate that system, they see trans people as like an enemy because they're like, oh, well, I have to twist and contort myself and so should you. Like, how dare you be yourself? How dare you show up authentically? And when I have to bind myself, and it's like, baby, nobody's making you bind yourself. Nobody's making you, you know, hold
It's also
these
the thing of like
values.
they think that when you come out as queer or whatever, like homophobic people think that that means that like you're gonna want them. Like that's something I've had to
Also
deal with. Is
that,
like,
yeah,
oh, just don't flirt with me, and it was like, babes,
you weren't on the menu.
does anybody else flirt with you?
Yeah.
I have standards, girl. Like, come
And
on.
you're
Like,
not meeting them. Like, you're not meeting them.
it'd be weird. And actually, you know, because we are talking about it, I do want to talk about one black man who
Oh,
I do think pleasantly surprised me in this, and I wish that more of this was out there. And it's actually going back to what the original topic was and Monique's husband, right? And
okay.
I
We have gone to the point where literally anybody can build a fully
stop that. Monique's husband, right? And you know, if you're black and you were paying attention around the time that this precious stuff happened, you were hearing a lot of crazy stuff about Monique's husband, particularly that it was him who was making her do this, who was making her fight these stupid fights, that he was a money grabber, he was doing whatever, right? Just all these things denigrating this black man. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I thought about him. I don't know if I had negative thoughts. I don't know what I thought about him, but it wasn't necessarily what I ended up getting. So there's this clip. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you in real time and see how you
Yeah.
feel about it. It was pretty interesting, and he's talking about the queer community specifically. Well, he's talking about people in general, but he mentions the queer community. Hold on, let me turn this back because I got that commercial.
person by playing this part. Did you get your job?
People have a problem with a sincere individual in real time. We talk about all of what it is that's important, that matters, nobility, but the same way she's fighting for you, see, people don't understand that I, along with Monique, we wrote the copy for her for marriage and gay marriage in Maryland because it's important for us to root for the underdog because we're all united. And the 99%, we're closer than we realize, but we only see what's affecting us. So when I hear her coming home speaking about the individuals that have touched her and she's touched that are typically the underdog, it doesn't matter if they poor white folk, it don't matter if they're gay, it doesn't matter if they trans, it doesn't matter.
All right.
You hear all these people talking about God, but they don't accept what God created.
Okay. Let me say
this.
And
now-
now
me
let's
ask you
clock
guys.
that. Let's go ahead and clock that.
I was gonna say they talk about God, but they don't like what God created. But I was like, I need more examples like that. Why don't we have more examples of people like that saying those things?
Yeah.
Where the youth need guidance, and all that we have right now in the zeitgeist is everybody who's different sucks. You have to hate anybody who's different.
Actually,
Everybody who's different.
literally, that's the rhetoric is that if you're different, you suck.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Like
that's literally
I know
it.
that as a trans person, it's easy for me to be like, oh, they just hate me because I'm trans. But no, it's literally everybody who's different. If you are different, that includes black people, by the way. I don't know why they think they're exempt.
Yeah.
Which is again why I don't think that I don't know why you would subtract the allies from the movement by kicking out black, queer, and black trans people from a movement towards black excellence or trying to bully. Like, it doesn't make sense. You need the numbers and you're subtracting.
Here's what I think it is. This is what I'm gonna say, and then I think we should take a break. I think that black people are so used to being like shat on and denigrated from all sides and all angles, and I think most marginalized people can understand that, and I think that it's easier to, I mean, obviously it's easier to blame all your problems on somebody else than it is to take accountability. That's ultimately that's what it is. It's, I don't want to have to sit with who I am and what my flaws are and how my worldview could possibly be incorrect or not 100% correct. And so I'm going to take that frustration out on you by making it seem like you're the problem and offloading all of my accountability onto you. I don't want to be accountable. Fuck you. That's what it is.
I had another perspective I was thinking about this week, and then we can take our break. But something, because it just came to me the other day, and I just remembered it, is I was sitting there thinking about it as well. And I was like, being a Black parent in America is hard because there's so many things that can kill your child
Yeah.
that you're very
Literally,
overprotective,
yeah.
right? So when it comes to like the gay issues in Black households, what we know about it, they may not have a lot of information, but what they do know is that their child being this thing makes them a bigger target.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I think that in a quest to protect the youth from all the powers outside the house, that they attack certain things like that, not necessarily because they're homophobic, because it is what it is, but because they see that as something that could inherently harm their child if they do it. And so they feel like they have to go extra hard against the thing, like homosexuality or
Yeah.
trans or whatever, in order to protect their child from the world outside. And I think that they think that that's helping, but I think that that creates more broken adults who leave their home as adults and are angry at other people for doing the very thing that they have spent their entire childhood getting beaten, grounded, shit taken away, doors taken off,
Girl.
being told in a quest to stop something that, quite frankly, is not your choice
It can't be stopped.
and can't be stopped.
Period. And look, and that's the tea on the Tea Pod. Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. We'll be back soon. Hey y'all, welcome to Teapot, the transpective podcast where we try to see the world with a little more color.
So
Should I have poured myself some wine this morning?
you should have poured yourself a glass of wine, a little mimosa.
With a new format.
I'm done. I've had it. I'm over it.
Do things different. Do different shows. And this face. Do you
Girl.
you think I got a bag? You think I got a pay?
There is
Host P-Jay.
not the kiss.
Joined by a new co-host, Makai.
I think it's tacky. I think it's tired. I think it's played out.
Laugh.
Oh my god.
What's the next question? Get real.
Yeah.
There is a smaller portion of us who are a lot louder, who focus so much on things that don't advance us, such as homophobia and transphobia and misogyny, and in some cases, a little bit of prejudice towards some of the other groups. Wake it up.
To be honest.
90% of the issue is that they don't want us to have the reins because they don't trust our vision, they don't trust our ideas. It's crazy. We're the most educated generation in American history, and they don't want to let us lead. They don't care about our ideas. They think we're dumb. It's weird. T-Pod, hosted by P-Jay and Makai. New videos every Friday at 5 p.m.
Hey,
All right.
we're back. PJ, I have a little game that I want to play with you.
All right.
This is a class. I don't know if you've heard of this game. It's called. It's called.
Oh,
Never
no.
Have I, it's called
Oh.
Never Have I Ever.
Oh, God.
It's called Never Have I Ever. I have some cards, and we're just gonna get into it. We're gonna see, have we done it? Have we not? So
Should I have poured myself some wine this morning?
you should have poured yourself a glass of wine, a little mimosa. So the first one, never have I ever drunkenly eaten my roommate's food.
How many fingers do we put up?
We could do 5. Just keep it cute, a little 5.
Drunkenly eaten my roommates. With or without permission?
It doesn't say that. It says drunkenly. Oh, okay. So what happened?
Listen, I got a little vodka in me. I eat everything.
You know what?
What did I used to say as a youth? That vodka gonna make me walk a flock up in here.
Oh my god. Wait.
What's the next question?
Never have I ever worn sweatpants to work. I definitely have.
It was the uniform. Otherwise,
Oh, really?
I wouldn't.
What job
It was our
it?
uniform. That was Body Energy Club. I think Body Energy Club, because we were working out of a gym, we were required to have it.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. I've definitely worn sweatpants to work. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed about. Ooh, this is a good one. Never have I ever hired a prostitute. Okay. I don't have to. I don't have to pay for sex.
Honestly,
but,
I never had to pay for that.
but also,
Girl,
like,
you
there's
did that,
nothing.
right?
There's
Look at me.
nothing
Do you,
wrong,
hold on. Do you
girl.
you think I got a bag? You think I gotta pay?
There's
Girl,
nothing wrong with paying for sex. I think that is it
there's
can be
nothing wrong
hot.
with it, but
Sex
like,
work is real work. Never have I ever hired a personal trainer because they were hot. No. I've never done that.
I've never hired.
Real? Me neither. I don't think I've had to hire any like freelance help on anything. Okay. Never have I ever worn another person's underwear. Yeah, I have.
I couldn't. I'm a germaphobe, especially down there. I'm a germaphobe. I don't know where they're.
I've thrifted. I work in a thrift store. I have also thrifted underwear that is clean. These are clean underwear, no streaks, no nothing. And a lot of the times too, there will be like packs of underwear that come and you get them like thrifted, but they're still in the pack. So I have thrifted underwear. Okay, we'll do a couple more. Ooh, okay. Never have I ever been rejected by the waiter, waitress I was flirting with. No, I don't hit on service staff ever.
I was like, well, I hit on service staff. Listen, after a long day, I feel like they'd feel good to have somebody, smile in their direction and tell them something sweet. But no, I've never been rejected. But my flirting is never, you want to come home with me? It's very much like, oh my God, you're so pretty.
Okay,
oh
giving a compliment is not flirting. Giving a compliment, boy, okay, never mind. It can be.
What I will do is I'll flirt for some extra alcohol, though. If I'm getting a margarita and it looks like somebody who might give me some extra, I will flirt extra hard. Hey, oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, your hair is so cute. And that girl, you better slay. Girl, you better. Works every fucking time. Every time. Hey, we have some extra margarita. We just decided to put in a different cup for you. Thank you, babe. Oh my God, see, I'm gonna leave you a good tip, babe. You know what you doing. Take care of your customer. Yes. Where's your manager? I'm gonna make sure I let him know that you the best one here. This is how I get my free drink. Listen, I'll hype a bitch up to get some free shit. We both get your manager gets off your back and I get extra alcohol.
I want to get into getting free drinks at the club. It's so sometimes I just like, this is what I do. And I know it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked for me yet, but I'll go to the club and then sometimes I'll go alone and I'll just get a water, and I like to hold my cup. So like I'm holding a cup, everyone's holding a cup, right? I'm holding a cup, but it's water. And sometimes I'll just kind of like pose and look pretty on the side and hope somebody just decides they want to buy me a drink. And
so here's what you do. Okay. Here's how you get a free drink at the club.
Tell me.
You go up to the, don't get a water, don't get nothing. If you have something in their hand, that makes them think that you got money. You stand up there, you make yourself look cute, just like stand by where the register is and you make yourself look cute. If there's somebody around here, especially if you see somebody who's looked at you when you walked in, you might stick the butt out a little bit, bend over the bar a second. They can't resist. They'll come up, they'll start trying to work. And then you gotta speak to them in your soft voice. Hi. Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I love your outfit. Yeah. Are you getting something? Yeah. Do you want something? I haven't ordered anything yet. Well, would you like something? I mean,
whoa. This is the tea. Wait, this is the tea actually. Because I gotta try that. I just get so scared because I get to the bar. This is what I get. I get to the bar and the bartender gives me that look like, bitch, what are you gonna order? And I'm like, that's a $17
but here's what you
drink.
Gotta do, though. You gotta get the liquid courage before you even go. You have to have like one or two shots before you get there.
The pregame is always tea for me. I have these THC drops that I take now. Like I have made like an infusion with some THC, and I will take. It's like alcohol soaked in THC.
Oh, that's what you brought over the last. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you gave. Okay, good. Yes.
But that's how you do it. You gotta,
show up
a little tea. I will
yes.
say that ever since this also happened in straight bars, and this was pre-transition. So like the exact same thing. Go to the bar, stand there looking cute. I've had straight men come up and buy me drinks. I had a straight boy once kiss me on my forehead and tell me that he supported me and then bought me a drink. And I was really confused.
Oh.
because he put his lips on me
Oh.
and he wasn't cute.
I want to be supported.
But
wanna be
I was
supported.
happy because I appreciated that I was in this straight bar and this tall black guy saw me and felt the need to walk over and be like, I see you, I support you. Would you like a drink?
I'm about to cry.
It was sweet. It was really, really sweet. It was like a cute little jazz bar underground. It was cute in Colorado. Yeah. So if you watch this, that was pre-transition, so he probably don't know who I am anymore. But if you're watching this, like, thank you, baby, you made my day. I was in a toxic situation at that point, so like I needed someone to come up and make me feel like I was special that day.
I'm literally crying. That's so sweet. That's like,
It was really kind.
that's so beautiful.
It was
I love that.
There is kindness that exists in the world. It just it doesn't pop up very often.
Okay.
And I will say that I have not necessarily gotten that type of attention since the world changed and there's that LGBT cut out the T. Now I don't get. Now people don't look at me at the ones who are saying that. Those are the ones that you guys can't count on to bust a grape in a fruit fight. They will throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
If you get attacked by these people out in the club, they're going to be the ones to run and let you get your ass beat. We know who the weak ones are now, so keep saying it, baby. I'm glad to know that you're not somebody who I can count on and that we as a community should count on. You too busy being a pick-me. You want these people to like you. They don't like you. As soon as they're done with us, they go after you. They already trying to go after you. They're talking about getting rid of gay marriage. Let me.
No, girl, you're telling the truth, though. You're telling the truth.
As if a trans woman wasn't the one who threw the first stone at fucking Stonewall. Was that a gay man who did that?
No, clock that. Wait, hold on, PJ. Apparently the recording stopped for some reason.
Oh.
I just restarted it, so we're back on. I don't know where it cut out. I just saw it.
Dang, we done missed my good stuff too.
I know. No, we got that last moment, but we are back. I don't know why it cut out there, but yeah, that was fun. That was Never Have I Ever. I had something I wanted to talk about.
Bet.
And I want to know, first of all, I want to say this. I love audiobooks. I love reading in general, but I've really been on an audiobook like craze right now. Yeah. And there's this one book series that I was listening to when I was younger that I rediscovered. And I think you might like it. It's called I Am Number 4. And it's
like I am number 4?
Number 4. Yeah, I Am Number 4. And it was a book series in the early 2000s, and it's about these kids who come to Earth and they're aliens, and they have to they're like on the run from this alien race that it's like Superman. This alien race destroyed their home, they escaped, came to Earth, and now the aliens followed them to Earth to kill them.
Gotcha.
So the aliens are they're like teenagers, they have superpowers, and they have to be killed in a certain order in order to it's like the rules. They have to be killed in a certain order. So 1, 2, 3 got killed, and then the book starts as I am number 4. Like, oh my god, the next person in the line is on the hunt. Like, what's gonna happen?
Oh, bet.
And so I've been listening. I had seen the movie a long time ago. The movie's mid. It's okay. But I'd read the book a long time ago, and there's something about, at least me right now, there is something about YA romance and superpower, supernatural themes that just really speak to me.
You say YA.
Young adult.
Gotcha.
Like a young adult novel, YA. I've been obsessed. So I've been re-listening through the series. I just finished book 4. There's 7 books in this series. And
I Am Number 4.
It's so good. It's I don't know. There's just something about it. There's something about an audiobook. So what I will do, this is how I consume my audiobooks. I will go to work and I will find one on Libby. And Libby is an app that you can use. You can download it through your library. And
I'm gonna write down Libby.
Yes. If you have a library card, most Libby is I think it's national. You can there, and also if you Google, you can Google free like free library card, Libby code or whatever, and there are like certain libraries. Like I think there's like the Library of Congress, like there's like a library in Maryland, like certain states have like codes that you can just input onto Libby in order to get audiobooks. But like specifically you could just go through your library. Anyway, I was on Libby, and like I've just really been into YA, young adult romance, like fiction novels. There's another one that you would love this book, Boots. Like you need to go read this book.
What is
It's
it?
called Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. You would love it's like, I don't want to trigger anybody, but it's like Harry Potter. But it's queer, but it's queer. It's like leaps and bounds. Harry Potter gets ate up by Carry On. If you've read Carry On in the comments, sound off. It gets ate up. Harry Potter gets ate up by Carry On. Sorry. It's about this wizard. He's a chosen one. There's 3 books. It's about this wizard. He's the chosen one. And his roommate, who is a vampire. And the chosen one, like the main character, Simon, thinks that his roommate, Baz, is out to kill him. And he is out to kill him. But then it gets gay.
Hey, wait.
Then it gets gay.
I think the exact audiobook that I keep getting commercials for on YouTube.
You need
like
to read
every single day, I'll like put on my little YouTube thing in my earphones, and it'll be across the room, and there'll be this long form commercial audiobook thing where he's like, "I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
And if they found out I was a vampire, they would kill me."
Honey,
This sounds interesting. I don't want to listen to it right now.
You need to though. You need to. It's required reading.
Good, because I was interested in that, but I as a principal, I skip YouTube commercials because they get on my nerves.
I mean, yeah, I have premium, so I don't have to deal with that. And let me before people get on me about having YouTube Premium, because I do pay for stuff. I have YouTube Premium because I chopped Spotify, and use YouTube Music for my music listening. So I get both. I get Premium and I get YouTube Music.
I'm still trying to find a new one. You know, when I was at Starbucks not too long ago, before all that nonsense happened, they pay for your Spotify.
Yes, I remember. I used to work there.
So I did that, and then I'm gone, and it's gone now, and I'm like, ugh. So now my partner has a Pandora, which I think is inferior, but it works.
That's a throwback. No, I remember. Yeah.
I like to choose my songs. Audiobooks. Yeah. You know, I've been on an audiobook binge. I'm kind of more boring than you. I've always been like, as far as reading, I've really been.
Don't say history. Don't say history, girl. Don't say.
I like biographies and documentaries and history. Well, not history per se, but I like reading about historical figures.
Okay.
I've always done that since I was a kid. And so actually the other day when I was still working at Starbucks, I was on YouTube and I saw, they about to get mad at me. They about to get mad at me as a progressive.
Oh my God, who is it?
But
don't take Candace Owens. Don't take Candace Owens.
No.
Okay.
Girl,
okay.
Big Voldemort's name on this podcast. Don't summon her. She's over there leaving us the fuck alone. She can stay over there. Right? Let me put some holy water on this before she comes up in here. I actually listened to a real Black woman who actually cares about Black people. Kind of. I listened to the biography. I was actually listening to Kamala Harris's audiobook. I just found that so interesting. And every single time people talked about it, all they were talking about was, well, these are the people that she was going to choose as vice president, and all this other nonsense that I didn't care about. Biden didn't do this. And so I was like, well, it's free on YouTube. Okay. I literally have nothing else to do except for this. So might as well. Why not? I found that to be so interesting.
Okay.
I don't think it answered a lot of questions.
Okay.
To be honest, she's always been a very vague lady, but it was interesting. Specifically to kind of hear in her own, and she narrated it herself. So it was interesting to kind of hear her in her own voice how she felt unsupported by the Biden administration pretty much from day one. and some of the behind the scenes things that happened
makes
that I was like,
sense.
oh, that's interesting. So it was,
Yeah.
and then I actually thought it was a good book. I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, this is why it sold good, because she's funny as hell. I got done with the book and I was like, where was this Kamala? If you'd have ran like this, you'd have won. Where was this one? Who was this? This lady who stood before us in 2024. Who was that?
Yeah.
Because that's not who this book is. Like, girl, I need you to pick a. And she's leading in the polls.
Yeah.
Pick a lane. Pick a personality and choose it. Preferably this post-Biden personality, if you could.
Yeah.
But that was good. And once I finished that one, I actually started listening to Michelle Obama's Becoming.
Okay.
I'm
I've
on a
heard
Black
good
woman
things
kick
about that one. Yeah.
I'm on a Black woman kick. So I'm trying to find books by and about Black women right now.
Yeah.
I just find every single one of them have such an interesting journey.
Yeah.
You know, I think every single one of them, when I listen to their books, it's just an interesting journey of adversity and having to fight harder and absolute dismissal by everybody around them. And I just, maybe it's because I relate.
Yeah.
I feel a kinship with reading these books to being like, yeah, I do know what it's like to enter into a room, speak, and be looking at somebody and realize they're not listening to a damn thing coming out of my mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so real.
I do know what it's like to be a very qualified person, maybe the most qualified person in the room, to do X, Y, and freaking Z and be passed over for who knows whatever reason. I mean, I'm basically a trad wife right now.
Not a trad wife. No.
It's not because I want to be. It's because they don't want me to work. You know, I've done 4 job interviews coming out here.
Yeah.
Including for Starbucks, which I just worked at. None of them want me, but I have another one next week.
You know what? Let's wake this up, because I think this is something that we need to talk about as trans and non-binary people. But it's what? Okay, just go with me on this.
Okay.
What does society want us to do? Actually, no. I already know the answer to that. But it's like, it's so peculiar. Because this is what it is. Because I was just thinking about Cats, the Jellicle Ball, and how that's closing on Broadway right now. And like, it's so peculiar to me, because these groups, they will, you know, use our lingo and use our, you know, culture as a costume, and they like to consume our content and our trends and all of these things as entertainment. But then when it comes to like our real existences, our real lives as human beings, right? Like, you want the lingo, but you're not going to fund the show that's generating all of your favorite vocal stems and clips. You want
as a millennial, we had a saying for that. We called them culture vultures.
Culture. I love that, culture vulture, because it's not adding up. And so I feel like right now I'm feeling that a lot too. I've been, you know, applying to a lot of jobs and not hearing back, and like, I feel like even this podcast has just been a nice, refreshing like step towards generating our own sort of stories and our own sources of community. And it's exhausting. It is exhausting. But something that I really was like kind of gagged by this last Pride season is just how much of a need that there is in our community for these spaces. Like, they're like knowing that these corporations and these big names, and even like Hollywood right now, like I was just watching Nicole Byers' podcast, a couple of podcasts that are like based in Hollywood. And the sentiment that's been coming up in them has been like, nobody's filming in LA. Like, Hollywood is dead and nobody's filming in LA, and everybody's filming in Atlanta and Chicago and here and there and everywhere. And it's like, there is clearly a need for, I don't even want, like, the diversity of it all. Like, fuck the diversity of it all. Like, there's just a need for good stories, interesting stories, different stories that are not the same rehash, repeat, recycle, reboot, regenerated garbage slop.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know when the like coin or the pendulum or like the dynamic, like the dime is gonna shift, because it's clear that we are at the forefront of these stories. We are at the, not even the stories. We are at the forefront of these like innovations and these like exciting new things. And like our stories have not been like, it's like trying to dig in a well that's been dug and is dry when there's like a whole ocean, like a whole like reservoir, freshwater reservoir of potential that could be sourced and tapped and equitably paid. Not just tapped for free, not like Monique and told to hit it on the road and do it for free, but
Say that
paid
again,
for.
because most of these people don't understand that equity is what brings us into the freaking room. Pay us our worth. Stop asking me to do things for like not even gas money.
I mean, literally. So I don't know. It's very frustrating. And I believe that the more we as queer, Black and brown, artists and creatives show up for ourselves, you guys in the comments show up for us, we can like see the kind of things that we want to see. And maybe one day these systems and these places are going to just jump on board, because I feel like,
well, here's what I think the issue is, not to interrupt you, but
no, yeah,
this is something I've been thinking about as a while. And what I told my partner is I honestly think really the big issue we have right now is that millennials drop the ball, right? So we millennials, we should be the ones who are directing. We should be in charge of these theater companies. We should be educating. We should already be at a place where we're setting up this structure, right? We should have already inherited that. I am one of the youngest millennials, and I am in my early 30s, which means at the bare minimum, we're in our 30s. We should already have moved there, and we haven't. And so, would that be because the older generation refuses to give over the reins? Which, yes,
that's heavy on it.
90% of the issue is that they don't want us to have the reins because they don't trust our vision. They don't trust our ideas. It's crazy. We're the most educated generation in American history, and they don't want to let us lead. They don't care about our ideas. They think we're dumb. It's weird. It's weird. And that's part of why I want to do this podcast, is because I'm of the generation that should be taking over, right?
Yeah.
And I've moved towards that direction before, and then I moved states. And now I'm at ground zero in the negatives. And I'm like, I need to do something, because somebody needs to have a space for us to do things. I don't even act anymore for the very same thing that what you were just saying. I've gotten offers, and every single time I've been in the room since, God, I want to say 2024. I just feel like the quality of work that they want you to do sucks. I don't think the vision, they know what the vision is. The cast lists are just uninspired. It's become corporate. That's corporate. It's become this corporate slop where it's not about the art, it's not about the story, it's about getting butts in the seats and making money. And people are trying to tell us as queer people, as people of color, that no. Your time will come back later. We just need to make money. And it's like, no, our time needs to be here now. The reason you're not making money is because nobody wants to see the slop you're putting out. Do you not realize that? Nobody wants to see the 20th Mary Poppins. There's one of those a year. Nobody wants to see the 50th Music Man. There's 3 of those a year.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh my gosh, there's so many Midsummer Night's Dreams this year alone. I think I saw 2 or 3 at this point.
2 Gentlemen of Verona. I'm done. I've had it. I'm over it.
Do things different. Do different shows. I'm not interested in singing oohs and ahs in the background for an uninspired show with a shitty vision.
But wait, PJ. Let me ask you this. Let me because I know there's gonna be someone in the comments who's gonna say this, and I wanna ask you, what about white people? What about white people? What about people? No, because I know what you're gonna say.
No.
I know what you're gonna say, PJ.
What about white people?
What about white people? If white people give up the reins, if white people stop, being at the forefront of all of these media, they're gonna get replaced. They're gonna get taken out of these things.
I think
what about white people?
I think if you're a white performer and you think that you need to disenfranchise performers of colors to get a role, then you clearly are not talented enough to have gotten that role in the first place. I think that white actors who know that they can step into a room with anybody of any of any background, of any skill level or whatever, stand their ground and get the lead that way without any of the shenanigans, that's a confident white person they're doing. And unfortunately, I think I spent the last few years dealing with a lot of people who feel like me being in a room, being able to out-sing them and getting a role because I out-sing them, that was DEI. Baby, it wasn't DEI. I outperformed you. You walked in there, you couldn't sing the damn song, you could barely act, and you definitely couldn't dance. That's why you didn't get the role over me. The reason I got 14 years of consistent work and you have years in between what you do, forced years, not chosen years, is because every single year I'm taking dance classes. I am always working on my voice. I am always working on my acting. I've never thought I was perfect, and I see everybody as a threat. I've never stopped working, and I don't think I'm perfect. You think you're perfect, but you also still can't. Again, you can't act, you can't dance, you can barely sing. Why do you deserve a role? Why do you deserve to be cast? What makes you different from all the other ones who walk in there with the same low skill level?
PJ, you didn't know this, but I'm conventionally attractive, so that's why I deserve it.
Listen, I will say I have gotten that accusation too. You know, you only get cast because you're cute, right? Yeah, bitch, I'm cute as fuck. Doesn't mean I can't outperform you. Actually, that just seems like you added on a different struggle. Now you think I'm better than you, and you think I'm better looking than you. These are all things that they put on me, by the way.
Yeah, that's real. That's so real.
So, and not just me, like a lot of people. You know, I have sat in rooms with white performers who will start downplaying black performer leads all the time. And they'll do it in front of me because they think I'm an ally. And then if I try to push back, then they're like, well, I didn't mean it like that. And I was like, well, what did you mean it as, bruh? Like, you thought that they didn't deserve the role because why? I mean, I just don't understand how that role could be black. Well, why should the role be white? Because the original actor was white? Did the playwright write in his character description that character was supposed to be a white man? Or did you just assume that it needs to always be a white man because the original was white? And then if that was your case on that, why do we keep seeing an all-white Dreamgirls at least once every 2 years? Try to pop up.
Oh. Did you know? I heard that they did.
They just don't want to compete. You know, they don't want to compete. That's really just what it is. They don't want to compete.
Yeah.
They don't want to compete because a lot of them feel like they're entitled to it. Let's call it what it is. It's entitlement. They feel like they're entitled to a role that they didn't work hard for.
Damn. I think you nailed it on the head, and I think we should take a break. I think we should give you a moment to reflect on what PJ just said.
Not
the kiss.
Hey y'all! Hopefully you're enjoying this low-resolution microphone where you can hear the cicadas in the background just screaming to the gods, honey. If you like what you hear and you see today, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if there is something you want us to talk about, do you want us to talk about Big Brother, or is there a show, or is there like food or anything? Let us know, and we will try to work it into our episode. Your engagement means everything to us. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye-bye.
And we're back. Hey. So I want to play another game because I love games. I'm a big game diva. So this game, it's classic. It's called This or That.
Okay.
I think we know how to play this or that. So, PJ, Pinocchio or Cinderella?
Cinderella.
I'm gonna say Pinocchio, but I will give you that.
Put up
Alice in Wonderland or Robin Hood?
Robin Hood. I hate Alice in Wonderland. I hate it. I don't know what it is.
There's no way you just said that. There's no way.
I do. It's like an acid trip to me. Like maybe I was not high enough when I watched Alice in Wonderland the last time. But I've just never liked it. I've always thought it was so weird.
Oh!
I'm also a Kingdom Hearts player, and Alice in Wonderland is easily the worst world in that game as well. So
I actually look. Kingdom Hearts has actually been one of those game series that I've like really wanted to get into, but I never knew what was like the way to start. And I never like had I think when it come out like on PS1 originally, like the first one.
The first one was on PS2.
Yeah, I didn't have. Well, I had a PS2, but I never got. I was too late. I was too late.
They're about to release the entire anthology in like one game here this year, like 1 to 3 and all the in betweens. It's all about to be just one giant bundle.
Okay.
So that'd be a great. You jump in and we'll talk about it on this podcast.
Okay.
Best game. Best game. Best game in the world. Kingdom Hearts #1, Final Fantasy #2, Persona #3.
Period.
I'm
gonna stand on Alice in Wonderland, but we can keep keep it cute.
Yep.
Let's keep it cute.
Going. I'm sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're good. You're good. Sleeping Beauty or what is this movie? Sword in the Stone. Sword in the Stone low-key eats. It low-key eats.
I feel like I'm gonna say Sword in the Stone.
That's valid. Look, I think the iconography of Maleficent is iconic. Obviously, like we know Maleficent, she's an icon.
Maleficent is an iconic movie villain who was in an extremely boring movie.
Yeah. Let's keep moving. What was the good one? Jungle Book or Little Mermaid?
Oh, girl. You
Easy.
can't do that to me.
Easy.
Those are like
easy.
My favorites. Fuck. I have to rock with the Jungle Book.
No way!
That was my favorite movie growing up. That was my I wore that VHS.
I did not think I was getting this reaction from you. I was. This is Little Mermaid down.
I love Little Mermaid.
This is Little Mermaid down, girl. What are you talking about?
I love Little Mermaid. It's a beautiful movie, and that was one of my sister's favorites. But I wore out that Jungle Book. Oh
my god.
My god. For the bare necessities, the simple.
Yes. Okay. That's a good one. I'll give you that. Okay. Toy Story, the original, Toy Story or Lady and the Tramp. I've never seen Lady and the Tramp, so I'm going to say Toy Story.
Toy Story was never like my favorite. It was a good movie though. It just wasn't my favorite.
I agree with that. It wasn't my favorite. It's a good movie.
I might go with Toy Story.
Okay. That's fair.
Although the spaghetti is iconic.
Yes. Every couple and their mom wanting to do the spaghetti slurp after. Okay, I'll do a couple more. Inside Out or Mulan? Easy Mulan. I think
Mulan.
I mean, come on. Princess and the Frog or Dumbo? Princess and the Frog. Okay.
Dumbo is so goddamn sad.
It is sad, and it's a little slow too. It's not like it's not like a romp, you know.
Let me see what's on my put. I cry. That and Bambi.
Yeah. I haven't seen Bambi in a while. It's been a while.
If you want a good cry, if you need a good cry, put on Bambi.
When they shoot Bambi's mom at the end.
I can't do it.
I almost said Let It Go. Frozen or Pocahontas?
Oh my god.
Come on, wake it up. Wake it up. I'm gonna say Frozen. I think that's indicative of my generation. This is harder than I thought. Because Pocahontas is iconic. Like Pocahontas, start to finish, is just like.
Pocahontas was the first Disney princess we saw of color.
Yeah,
my sister wore that out as well.
It's in the songs. Yeah, that is a little tough.
You can paint with all the colors of the wind. Yes.
I think I'm gonna change my. I think I am gonna say Pocahontas too. I love Frozen, but low key, the more I think about it, I'm just like Pocahontas is that girl. Like she set the tone.
And she's so damn gorgeous too. Now, when you read the actual history of what Pocahontas, you like. But the movie was good.
Okay. This is the last one we'll do.
All right.
Hercules or 101 Dalmatians.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Hercules. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Are you gonna go try to see the stage musical that they're trying to do here soon?
Maybe.
I hope they come to Chicago. I'll pay money to see it. Open the auditions for Broadway in Chicago for Hercules. I'll be a muse.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that, honestly.
You want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on to the next topic.
So, we're gonna talk a little RuPaul's Drag Race. Specifically, we're gonna talk a little bit about Silky and Akira. But I have to ask. The season is over. They crowned a new queen.
Spoilers ahead. Spoilers if you have not seen.
Yeah, spoilers.
11 of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars.
Skip past it because this was just Friday. Yeah. Are you good? We've given you plenty of time, so if you haven't skipped past this at this point, this is your own fault. Don't come and cry at us.
1. Crystal deserved the win. I am Team Crystal. Congratulations, Crystal. You ate that. You ate that.
I wasn't mad that Crystal won. And I definitely think that there has been favoritism for her this season. But I think that...
we'll get it. Let's get into it.
I think that the way that I don't know. When they did it with Ginger Minge last season, it was aggravating because Ginger Minge was not eating those challenges. She was always a close, like, 3rd or 4th place for pretty much every challenge she won. And it was weird. This time, Crystal was clearly a top 1 or 2 for every fucking challenge. So, like, I didn't think she should have won all of them, but I definitely think that she was a top in all of them. So, like, it made sense. I wouldn't necessarily say she won that last lip sync. And I don't think anybody with eyes would say that she won that last lip sync against Joey, but it didn't matter. I mean, we also know that Jinx didn't win against Monet. Even Jinx knows that. But what were you gonna do? Crown Monet or crown Jinx, who dominated all them hoes that entire season? And that's kind of how I felt about it. I wasn't mad about it. Let's talk about this lip sync disco stuff because there was some weird ass shit. First off, Joey did not beat Akira. I'm sorry. I don't know who needs to hear this. Akira ate that girl up in that lip sync. That girl got ate up in that lip sync.
I'm sorry, wait. I'm sorry, honey. Joey did eat Akira.
You think Akira lost?
Hold on. No. Let's go back because we gotta get into this. Okay. So we start off with the first lip sync. First of all, Silky saying that starting off with Dawn was going to be a light snack or whatever she said was fab. It was everything. I gagged. I was girl.
I was like, we know it. Yes, get Dawn out the way. We know that she's going to lose.
Someone's going to have to lip sync 3 times tonight. So let me start off light. So that was everything. Akira versus, who is it that Akira went up in that first round with? Joey. Yeah, I think Joey ate Akira. I do. I think Akira's eyes were not locked in on Ru. Joey was like here with RuPaul. The dancing might not I can't comment on the dancing.
The dancing I think is what did it for me for Akira is I just thought that the way that she moved her body in the song was much more the song than what Joey was doing.
I just
is how I felt. I thought that Joey was dancing well, but I thought for like a disco, like that type of gig, I felt like Akira was getting it better, in my opinion.
In my
she
heart,
wasn't gonna win, so we know that.
When I was watching it in my heart, I was like, girl, we can't we got to give it to this is Diana Ross. You're wearing the black hair. We got to give it to this black girl. I really was. And then Joey got to the 3rd act of that song, and I was like, Joey's eating Akira right now. And Miss Akira got ate up. And you know what? That's what it is. Round 2.
You know, I've seen polls that have been pretty 60-40 on that one. So this is one of those lip sync. I think it was close. I think it could have gone either way. In my opinion, I thought Akira did better. I think both of them did well. You know which one was not close?
Kennedy
was Silky versus Joey. Joey ate Silky up. Oh yeah,
Joey did eat Silky up. I was disappointed. I was sad. I was like,
because I was rooting for Silky. I was
rooting for Silky. I wanted to see Silky versus Crystal so bad.
That's what I wanted. That's what I had wanted. But Joey ate her up, and I was sitting up there. I was like, "Damn, Silky, do something besides what you're doing."
Yeah. I felt really bad, and I liked her look too. I love that little the red look. It was so beautiful, but she just got gooped up with the gags. It was very unfortunate.
Now here's the real one. Who won between Crystal Method and Jasmine? Who
Crystal.
actually do you?
Crystal.
I do think that Crystal won. I think that Jasmine outdanced her, but Jasmine kind of does this thing sometimes.
No. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Jasmine does this thing that a lot of the young dancing queens do, where like their body moves so well, but like their face just.
Yep.
They're so focused on the tricks and the stunts that the face just leaves, and it's not a dance for your life; it's a lip sync for your life.
Yep.
So if the movements are a hindrance to the actual lip sync, then there's no reason for you to be throwing yourself around the stage. And I feel like there were plenty of times in there where I was watching Jasmine just, I got to do this cartwheel now, so I'm going to look in this direction. I was like, look at the judges.
Yep.
Also, no, go ahead.
I forgot, what was that song? First of all, there were a couple songs that I had to knock on wood. I added that to my playlist. I was like, there are a couple of these songs. I was like, oh, I love when Drag Race does like the older songs, like when they bring the girls out. What was it?
You know what song was that for me? Last season, it was the lip sync that Daya finally beat Ginger in. And Mama used to say, "Take your time, young man." I was like, "Oh, that's a good groovy song."
Yeah, I remember that one.
But yeah, knock on wood. Yeah, they did that. That was Sasha and Anitra's final lip sync song too, if I believe.
Oh,
correct.
It probably was. Yeah, they turned me out with that one. I was gagging, but I just thought Jasmine was just doing sexy. And the thing about, and Crystal clocked it, she's like, disco is about joy. It's about joy. It's about celebration. It's about like letting go. And you're trying to give sexy on the song about joy. And it's just not tea. It was not tea. And that's why I think Crystal beat Joey at the end, is because Joey was trying to give fierce Muggiana, and Crystal was just the embodiment of joy. Like, that is Crystal's strength. And low key, I mean, I do want to talk about Riggory. I think that's why they gave like they had like the disco kind of theme, is because all season long for season 12, all Rue was saying about Crystal was El DeBarge, El DeBarge, El DeBarge. So they wanted Crystal to lean into the disco and the fun. Like, that's her vibe. So I definitely think Crystal won that last lip sync.
Oh no, the minute that they said that this was going to be a disco lip sync for your life, I was like, oh, that's how Crystal wins.
Yeah, I was like that, and I was like, and I thought Silky, like, this would obviously be up Silky's avenue with the disco of it all.
You know who's probably real pissed off?
Who?
Kennedy.
Yeah,
because Kennedy would have ate them hoes up.
She would have chewed.
Kennedy would have ate them hoes up in a disco lip sync. That's why they had to get rid of her first. Also, this is another thing. This is just the last bracket in general. Did you clock them all voting the Black Queens like down in the bottom for like every single week of that last bracket? Did you clock that?
The brackets or the Rate of Queen?
The Rate of Queens.
I did clock that. I did clock that.
I was like, why is every single week?
And let's wake this up. Nobody voted for Hershey in bracket 3. Nobody?
That part.
Nobody?
Part. Oh my. Because for me, and Tim and I were sitting up there, my partner, we're sitting up there watching this in real time. We were like, this should have been Hershey. To me, Hershey was eating this season up. For me, Hershey was like I didn't expect Hershey to be doing as well as she did, except for that last episode. So I was like, yes.
And this was my thing, because when Jasmine said at the end, and she was like, if we all put our votes together, we can send somebody through. When Jasmine said that, in my mind, I was like, they're all going to put Hershey through. I was like, they're going to put Hershey through. Because the whole bracket, Sugar, Sam, all the girls were like, Jasmine's annoying, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Hershey was also doing well. So I thought they were going to send
sitting there
Hershey
being like,
through.
you guys sent through Jasmine? Mm-mm. You sent through Jasmine? The one that every single one, Joey, you voted for Jasmine? Who you were just talking about has been in your face and being shady since
literally.
Girl, there was some shenanigans happening. Literally. There was some anti-Black queen shenanigans happening this season. But you know what? Here's what I'm happy for. I'm happy for the Latino community.
Yes.
They're really fighting really hard to get a winner. I think that have won. I think that Georgia should have won. And so,
I think Georgia should have won too.
I
was Team Georgia's.
I do think that Anya Nerve won and won handily, and I stand 10 toes down on that. Jewel wasn't winning that season, but I do think Roxy won. And she out lip synced them in that final lip sync. So I don't. Anyway, I do
no,
think that
because we can wake that up, because the minute that they said everyone's gonna do a singular solo lip sync, and we're gonna cut it together, three on a 3 screen. And the minute they said that, I was like, they're gonna rig this so that Roxy does not win. Because if it was Roxy on stage with any of those hosts,
girls up. You know she'd eat the girl. She ate the girls up in her solo lip sync with the little bit that we saw. And listen,
Okay.
I say this as an Angeria fan. I love me some Angeria. I love that Southern Belle.
yeah.
She did not eat that lip sync. Both Vanjie and Roxy ate her up in that last lip sync. So I don't know. Anyway,
let's get.
I'm happy they got Crystal. Crystal's an amazing queen. Now all we have to do is bring back Gigi Good. And the COVID.
I don't know if anybody's holding their breath for Gigi Good to come back. I don't know.
I loved Gigi.
I did enjoy Gigi, but I don't know if anybody's holding their breath for her to come back.
That is true. You know, we wanted her to we every year we hear a rumor that she's coming back, and then every year she absolutely does not. It's like a door. We've given up on a door too.
Yeah.
A door pops up every once in a while to say, "Hi, party, Libra."
Yeah. She was just on Good Stop, so it's clear there's a need for her.
But I love Crystal. I to be fair, Crystal technically was the runner-up of her season.
Yeah, she was.
Because Gigi was technically disqualified before that final lip.
She was. Yeah.
So, Crystal, I think she had a good season. I ain't mad at it. I think she stomped them hoes. I think that she was confidently stomping them hoes, and I love a queen who doesn't apologize for stomping the hoes and isn't delusional about what they're doing.
Yeah. I'm just like,
I wish they could get on a little bit more. I was so excited. I don't know. I think I saw a content creator talking about this new thing, right? The bracket system and how it is pretty successful. I actually like the brackets, except I don't like the final brackets. I don't like the way they do the final bracket.
Yeah.
That they need to work on that.
Yeah, I agree.
They're like this close to finding a good all-stars format that we like. It just feels rushed.
I think this is what they need to do. This is what I think. This is my pitch. If you're watching World of Wonder, RuPaul, if you're watching this video, this is what I think you should do. I think the three brackets work. I think the top 2 work, like only 2 leave works. I do think once we get to the merge, it just needs to play like regular All-Stars. It just needs to play like one queen goes home an episode until there is a top 3 or a final 2, and they lip sync.
I think that they should go to a top 4. I think they should go up to a top 4.
I think if it was a top 4, then they have to have like a bring back Kitty Girl. Please bring back the girl group lip sync extravagant. Like there's a lot of talk about like,
you know what I would do? I would have them do the girl group thing.
Yeah.
And then come out to lip sync.
The music video.
And I would have judges' critiques. And I think that whoever did the best in the girl group would be the person who got to choose their opponent, or who gets to choose their opponent and whether they go first or second.
Oh, so you want to see the music video and then you want to see Lollapalooza?
Absolutely. I love a good lip sync Lollapalooza. They don't mean shit. We already know who's gonna win the season. But I think you make them girls work for it. I know people are like, I don't know if I like the lip sync for the crown. I was like, make them hoes work.
You
for
have
it.
to, but no, this is my thing about that though. This is my thing about that. You have to have a lip sync for the crown. If there's no lip sync for the crown, then there's no Drag Race, in my opinion. I just
let them hoes work for it.
Now, do you have to have like a Lollapalooza for the crown? I don't think so. Yeah, but I do think you do have to have a final lip sync for the crown.
Yeah. I like a good Lollapalooza. I do. Especially if it's only 4.
I do too.
If it's 4 people, that's only 3 lip syncs. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
I agree. I think when it gets more than that, it gets a little obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like what happens with like the eliminated girl lip sync Lollapalooza, which I do love. I just think it's messy.
Like that. I thought it was cool. I thought so there's you said that you thought Carrie won that lip sync last year versus Ginger when the eliminated girl comes back.
I did. I think the only lip sync that Ginger truly won during that lip sync Lollapalooza was against the naked one, Bosco. because
they're
Bosco
gonna
was
stand
tired
on
after throwing herself all around that damn stage with them fans. Shit, she was already tired.
Yeah.
The only lip sync I think Ginger legitimately won. The whole season, probably.
Okay. Well,
I think
look.
Ginger, and here's the thing. This isn't a Ginger hate page. I love Ginger. I think that Ginger should have either won her original season or All-Star 6. I didn't think that this was the time. This is a weird way to crown a good queen, you know? And now everybody hates her, and for what? I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about this
PJ,
drama.
We have to talk about this drama. We got to be quick about it because we do have to wrap this episode up. But let's get into this because I think it's
good, because I don't want to give a lot of time to it. What I want to start off by saying is that my heart was broken watching these two beautiful Black queens who could have had each other's back, especially in that last bracket where everybody else was coming after them and rating them low. They could have had each other's back if Akira and Silky were not beefing between the two of them and Kennedy. They could have stomped these hoes, but they were beefing and they divided themselves over something. I don't even know. So I've watched the videos. I'm gonna be honest. I still don't know what the fuck is going on. It is I think at this point, what I understand is that, and I wrote it down kind of, but I listened to the videos before this podcast and I still don't fucking understand. Basically, it sounds like Akira fell on a hard time around the time that Silky bought a home. So this is Silky's side of the story. So Silky let her into her home and so she can get back on her feet. It was supposed to be for 3 months. It ended up being for 9. At a certain point, Silky had decided that she wanted to live alone and wanted her out, and so she kind of tried to get her out of the house. It took another month or amount of time for her to leave. She left behind a bunch of shit. She decided she wanted it back, and she messaged Silky about it while Silky was still filming for All Stars 11. And then when Silky came back, rather than engage with it, she decided to go do something else and then come back. And Akira at that point decided to start the beef online. And it's just been up and stuck. Silky got sued, but then Akira didn't show up. I kind of listened to Akira's live. I didn't necessarily understand what she was talking about. It was very much Mistress is a fake ass bitch, and I was like, okay, but like,
right.
So you lived there. She did good things for you. You did sue her, but you didn't get the mail. I don't understand the fight. It sounds like, I think I didn't write anything down because at the end of the day, it just no, because at the end of the day, for me, it sounds like they had a stupid fucking miscommunication about moving out and how to get items from point A to point B. Akira has admitted that she was wrong for leaving the shit over there, but like, and I don't know. They're grown ass women, yo. Like these are grown adults. This is kiddie shit. And like, I feel like they just threw away their chance to actually do well at a competition because they were beefing about some stuff that's like childish for like no reason. And you could see it in their face the entire season. They were both so fucking unhappy the entire season.
And uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable.
And uncomfortable. Every single time they were in the room at the same time, it was really fucking uncomfortable. And when Akira would be going at Silky and Silky would be sitting there quiet, it was uncomfortable. And it's not a this person was right, this person is wrong. It was a y'all could have put that shit to the side. Because as you see now, post-season, you can see the long-term plan to get them out of the way because they know that they can't out-lip sync them at the end.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well,
look,
with all
as
that
a Black
being said, PJ, I think that I'm Team Silky.
I do think that like the crash out. I think the post-show crash outs that Akira had, I'm trying to be objective because I don't know these people, but like I do feel like, no, listen. I do feel like when you listen to all of it, it does sound more like Akira was in the wrong and then got pissed off. But the whole thing is dumb.
The whole thing is dumb. And before we go, I do want to have a little conversation. I want to introduce a segment that I want to call Tea Tales, because this is the Tea Pod, Teapot, Tea Tales, a little tea story. So a tea tale, or the tea tale segment, is just basically like just a story, a little quick anecdote, just something you've learned about yourself recently, or something you've learned about your identity or sexuality. I will start. So something I've learned about my sexuality or about being a queer, about living as a queer person in a queer body, is that sometimes you have to give trade your phone number. I was on the apps. I want to be clear. I want to be clear to you at home. I never give my number out. I don't do it. My friend has talked to me about, messing with this guy on the apps, and I gave him my number and we were I never do it. I never give out my number. I am very explicit about, you can have my Instagram, you can have my, I don't have Snapchat, you can keep it on the apps. Okay. But this one guy, and he has a star. He has a star next to his name on the app. Okay.
All right. I know about the star.
Has a little star.
Mhm.
He messaged me and we made arrangements to have him come over. I like to host. And he told me he did not have data and he only could do texting, but he couldn't, because he was at home when he messaged me, but he told me he didn't have data. And so he could only do messages. And a little part of me was like, but don't you need data to send text messages? But I didn't think too hard about it. I was
That
like,
was my first thought. I was like,
because I was like,
okay.
but I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe they just have, SMSs, fine. So I gave him my number. We texted. He came over. It was incredible. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Would rate it 10 out of 10. That is my T-tail. Sometimes you have to give trade your phone number. That's what I learned.
Do I have a T-tail? Let me give a funny T-tail instead of calling out. Because I could call out. Because I've learned a lot of interesting things. I will say, I had an interaction at Starbucks where it was this one day. It was right before I was getting ready to leave. This was after I'd found out 2 weeks before I'm moving, through a whole bunch of other stuff, that I wasn't actually getting the transfer, and in a few weeks I was suddenly going to be unemployed. So like I had been on the clock doing my job, but I wasn't feeling it. I was really struggling. Like I was just going through the motions. And there was one day, a couple days before my last day, where I was feeling real fucking emotional because I knew I was about to be unemployed. And all these Black women came in, right? These elder Black women. And also none of my coworkers were talking to me that particular day too, so it just felt really lonely. And they really uplifted me in a way. We started talking about makeup. We started joking with each other. They were so sweet. One of them told me, well, it's funny because they were trying to clock me on my blush, which is true. This is maybe year two of trying blush, and I like it. But they were doing it in a nice way. They were just like, I think when you use blush, use this brand, because on Black people, this one's gonna look a little bit better. So we were just, and it was nice because I've never actually had really anybody come up to me and like give me any tips or anything on my makeup, on my hair, on anything. I've kind of just been going off of videos and my own shit. You know this. You watched me go from a brick in the first year of being in our grad to like blossoming. But like, so, and they were laughing and they left.
Yeah.
And I'm not somebody who needs a lot of affirmation, but I realized that like Black women specifically, people from my culture, uplifting me and making me feel good and engaging with me in a way that doesn't feel forced or like they're scared to have conversations, but in a way of like, no, I see you. And here, let me help you, babes. And let me uplift you on this good day, my sis. Like I went home and I cried about that. And I'm on the hormones now, so like I do cry a lot more often and a lot more things. But I remember going home and crying because I was like, I feel like this is a lot of what's missing in my life and in society. Is like I've always been uplifted by Black women. And so what that meant for me is that as a trans woman, I have learned that I can count on Black women to uplift me during my hard times as a trans woman.
Oh, P-Jay! Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we should wrap up. We should wrap up. This was such an awesome episode. Yeah, I had a great time. I hope you guys at home had a great time. If you liked what you saw, like and subscribe, comment, repost. What do you want to hear us talk about? Like, what's the tea? Yeah, what's the tea?
Yes, give us topics. We'll put it together. Engage, comment. If you see something this week that you think is interesting, crazy, funny, hilarious, if there's a clip you want us to react to on the podcast, comment on it. I probably will not be the one to engage with it, but one of us will see it.
One of us will see it. Okay.
One of us will see it. I'm kidding. I'll look. I'm trying to be nicer now. If I start seeing transphobic comments, though, I'm out. I'm not looking at these comments. But we gonna
trial and error. We'll see.
Tell us what to talk about. Tell us. You know, let me tell you one thing we won't be talking about.
What?
We won't be talking about baddies on this podcast.
Yes. Yes. I love that.
I might bring in a clip or two. You know, they got this DL dude up on there.
You know what? Let's go ahead and end the episode.
You're right. We'll talk about this off camera.
Bye. Goodbye.